What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Alright, in this video we're going to be finishing our final touches on the exhaust. So I did keep my tips, as you guys can see, but they need a little bit of love in here. Really, can you guys see that? I'm gonna keep them like that satin black, but I want to put a nice coat of black paint throughout the whole, at least this part that you can kind of see. This one's not that bad actually, but it just needs a little bit of loving. This one's a little bit worse here. This one's chipped here when I dropped it, when I cut it to drop the truck. It did get chipped here, so I gotta repair that, sand that part down, and those other little chips here. So I'll sand it down and put another nice little coat. I think I can just put black paint over that. I don't think I have to re-primer it. But I'll sand these little sections out. Yeah, give it a nice another little coat of paint over this. I'm gonna lift the truck up from the back to make it easier for me to get under here, so I can start sanding these down and put some paint over it. Alright, I sanded down all the rough areas here. Everything's nice and smooth, ready for the paint. I'm going to clean it one more time, and I'm going to cover this body panel part here, and probably put a piece of tape here because I don't want to paint too much of this part of the exhaust. So I'll probably put a piece of tape here. That way we're only painting the actual exhaust tip. We went ahead and applied our last and final coat. It's nice and wet right now. But there we have it. Put a little bit more on the bottom right there. It's satin, so we're gonna wait till it dries a little bit, and we should see the true sheen. But that already looks a lot cleaner. Look at that difference, man. That looks so clean. Let's look at the parts where it was scratched up. Do you guys remember? It was right here in this area. Right there. Looks nice and clean now. Alright. I'm gonna give this about 30 minutes to fully dry, and then I'm gonna take off the paper. And we're all done with our exhausts. But look at that. What a difference.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring.
I don't know if you guys can clearly hear it from the camera or not, but this thing is loud. Like real loud. My neighbors are probably gonna hate me. So I'm gonna be answering a few of the questions that you guys have regarding my exhaust, because I know I had a lot of questions before I got this exhaust set up and I couldn't find anything on YouTube. So let's get started. First concern, is it loud inside the cab? And honestly, yeah, it is pretty loud inside the cab. Honestly, there's no drone, so it's not like an annoying type of loud, but I mean, you can clearly hear it. So I'm gonna rev it up a little bit. So you can kind of hear right there how it sounds. But it's not that loud, honestly, like with the valves obviously closed. And because the exhaust pipes are all the way in the back, like I said, there's no drone because you don't hear it. If I had dumps like I had in my other truck, then you'd be able to hear it pretty loud and you couldn't even talk in here. But I think you can hold a pretty good normal conversation inside your truck, and it's not gonna be too loud. Second concern that I had that I couldn't find an answer to it on YouTube is your check engine light gonna turn on now? Because obviously you eliminated your cats. You have no more cats, so yes, your check engine light. Before this, I didn't have a check engine light. Now we have one. So unfortunately, the only way to get rid of this is to get it tuned, so the tuner can eliminate the cats on your computer, so it doesn't try to read those. We are going to be getting a tune pretty soon. If you guys have somebody that you guys recommend, let me know, and I'll hit them up. But I think I have somebody in mind already. I've been talking to this person for a bit already, so I'm probably going to be going with them. But if you guys have any other recommendations, I'll be open to all of them, so let me know in the comment section below. This third concern is, are the electric cutouts worth it? So I'm going to lower down the window so you can kind of hear a little bit the difference of how it sounds, and you can totally tell a difference. So obviously right now the cutouts are closed, so I'm going to open them up. You can totally tell a big difference. Now I'm going to close them back. So it gets significantly quieter when you close them, and even though it's super loud as it is, so it goes from like super loud all the way to like I mean, it's open headers, so that thing is like ridiculously loud. So compared to my Flowmaster, I had a Flowmaster 40 before this. This is probably 4 or 5 times as loud than the Flowmaster. The Flowmaster is more of like a quiet purr. This is like a lion, man. This is, the other one's like a little kitty or something. So I definitely recommend, if you want something loud, obviously go with headers. They're gonna make your truck very loud. Another thing that not a lot of people explain is, so Topete Mufflers does give you this here. So when you first get this, obviously the A is to close your valves. You just hold it for like 3 seconds, and then you hold the B for 3 seconds to open them. Close, open. So you do get this with your cutouts, and because I have 2 cutouts, it's only it's a good thing that the remote works for both cutouts. So you just have to press it one time, and you don't have 2 separate controllers for each cutout. They work over Bluetooth, and like I said, just press it and both of them will open. I'll press it again, both of them will close. If you guys are gonna go with the same setup that I went with, just know that I don't know if I would do this for a daily driver type of car, because like I said, it's pretty loud, and even around this area, I really don't want to step on it too much because there's a lot of cops around this area. So I feel like they'd want to pull you over for modified exhaust like right away. They'd want to give you like a fat ticket, so I don't want to risk it. Alright, something I didn't talk about in my other video is that Topete Mufflers does have a package where they wrap your headers and they upgrade your spark plugs and your wires. I think they called it the Supreme package, so you guys can ask for that. The heat wrap obviously helps with keeping the whole heat down in this area, because I know they do get pretty hot. So I opted for the performance package. So that's something that you guys can ask for if you guys go to that specific muffler shop, Topete Mufflers. And now for the question that everybody's been asking me in my last video: how much did I pay for this entire exhaust setup? So I can't give you the breakdown between the headers and the carbon R's and all that, the X-pipe, but if you guys have, and of course all these prices are gonna change with time, I'm pretty sure. If you guys want accurate prices, hit up Topete Mufflers on their Instagram. But if you guys want to know, if you guys have a stock system, it's gonna run you about $1,500 to do your headers, to do the whole piping, the X pipes, the 2 cutouts, the 2 carbon R's, and 2 tips. So for all that, it's gonna cost you around $1,500. So make sure you account for that. Obviously my setup was a little bit cheaper because I already had piping in the back from my previous Flowmaster, and I already had the tips. So I didn't pay for the tips, and I didn't pay for all that piping. And like I said, other stuff like the Supreme setup, like the wrap and the spark plugs and all that other stuff, extra stuff that they did, that'll run you a couple $100 more. So make sure you guys put that into account. Hit up Topete Mufflers if you guys want it accurate. I'm sure they'll hook you guys up. Let them know that Project VC sent you guys, and I'm sure they'll give you good pricing. So I hope that answers your question on how much does the setup run. Can't think of any other concerns that I had before putting this. Oh, the power, like, can you feel the power after putting headers? And you definitely feel it. I don't know exactly how much horsepower it does add. I know you guys can let me know in the comment section below. I don't think it's more than like maybe 30-40 for long tube headers, but you can definitely feel a difference, and I'm sure I'll feel a bigger difference once I get it tuned and everything. I'm sure the tuner's gonna add up, because I do have a cold air intake, I do have, I mean, the headers, and then everything's pretty much like, I know it has the carbon R's, but it's pretty much straight piped after that. I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm extremely happy with my setup. I'm sure a lot of you guys would love this setup too. Again, like I said, I wouldn't do it for a daily driver because it is loud. Unless you like that kind of stuff, you know. If you like to be loud all the time and you like to catch a lot of attention, then go for it. But thankfully this is not my daily driver, so when I do take this truck out on the weekends, I enjoy it. So let me know in the comment section below what other questions you guys have, and I'll make sure to answer them. I'll either comment or I'll make another video to answer your questions. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys leave a big thumbs up on this video and stay tuned for the next one.
Never met a limitation. Hate applying my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out dotted line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably $sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm